Hey guys, I'm back with my UFC 180 predictions. Sorry about the short notice, but nevertheless, I am really excited for this card. Of course, at the main event, interim heavyweight title match between Fabricio Werdum and Mark Hunt. We'll get a crack in there in a sec. But the other matchups I'm going to be talking about, one of them is the co-main event between Jake Ellenberger and Kelvin Gastelum, and that one featherweight matchup between Ricardo Lamas and Dennis Bermudez. But we're going to kick it off at the main event between Mark Hunt and Fabricio Werdum. Alright, now, it's a pretty easy fight to call. As much as I love Mark Hunt, I've been a fan of Mark Hunt for like 10 years. I cannot pick him. No, I won't. You gotta go with Fabricio Werdum here. He is just likelier to get to the mat than Mark Hunt is to keep it standing and knock Fabricio Werdum the hell out. Let's see. Mark Hunt. Ever since that, what was it, a Kimura loss to Sean McCorkle, he's been on a rampage. But, you know, if you just train correctly a bit with whatever training camps you feel like training with, and having somewhat of a game plan that tailors to your strengths in the heavyweight division, things are going to happen. It's bloody thin. And it allows for a post-Pride Mark Hunt to achieve greatness in it. He's a top 5 heavyweight. It's amazing. And I'm not sure how much he's improved since. You know, on the mat, yes, his stand-up has always been great. But I could never look at Mark Hunt back then making these slight improvements and being a top 5 heavyweight, because I thought the heavyweight division would be better than it is now. And quite frankly, it isn't, because dudes keep getting hurt. People who are this size would choose to play other sports, that kind of thing. And to me, that's kind of sad. But I'm still happy for Mark Hunt because he's in the top 5 because of it. So shout outs to him. Now, how does he keep it standing versus Fabricio Werdum? Mark Hunt, in my opinion, still doesn't have much of a wizard. I think if Fabricio Werdum does grab a hold of him in the clinch, Fabricio's very good jiu-jitsu and judo is going to use Mark Hunt's weight against him somehow. Not Nuchimata or something Ronda Rousey crazy like that, but he'll find a trip or something like that, and then it's all she wrote. Ground pound TKO for Fabricio Werdum, if not armbar or something flashy like that, because Fabricio is one of the best grapplers, period. Not just in that heavyweight division, but any division. That's what I see likely happening sometime in round 1 or 2. Now, Mark Hunt just has to avoid clinching or getting taken down via power double, although Fabricio really don't have that, at all costs. Mark Hunt has to be playing from a distance and hitting Fabricio Werdum whenever he does try to come in. Fabricio's going to be throwing leg kicks and stuff like that up until he's able to find a clinch attempt. But when he tries to find a clinch attempt, Mark Hunt has to reply with a 1 or 2 or something like that, because that's really the only strikes he's going to get in my opinion. That's how I see the fight going. And I don't think he's going to land something nearly clean enough that will put Fabricio Werdum down or out. So I think Fabricio is eventually going to find that clinch attempt, and I think all he needs is 1 or 2 to eventually get by the cage, that cage and clinch, eventually trip Mark Hunt. And from there, he's going to land inside control, eventually going to mount Mark Hunt, ground pound, eventually grabs an arm for an arm bar. I think he extends, I think Mark Hunt taps. That's what I think is going to happen. Maybe a rear naked choke, who knows. Fabricio Werdum on mount can pretty much have Mark Hunt pick his poison. If Mark Hunt chooses to turn over, then it's a rear naked choke. If not, it's going to be a TKO or armbar or something. We'll see. Who knows? Mark Hunt just has to keep it standing. I did not need to talk about this fight for 3 minutes. You guys know this. So yeah, I'm going to go with Fabricio Werdum because I still think that this is likelier to happen 10 out of 10 times in a simulation. If you were to run it 10 times, I'd say he wins at least 6 or 7. So that's my pick. Fabricio Werdum via submission in the second round. Moving on, we had that co-main event bout between Jake Ellenberger and Kelvin Gastelum. Now this is a pretty tough fight to pick because Jake Ellenberger has been in kind of a slump. Yeah, because he took L's consecutively from Rory McDonald and Robbie Lawler. That's fine. He was expected to lose both fights. Rory McDonald just an extraordinary athlete from BC, other side of Canada, and what has he possessed? You know, his striking, of course, is on point. Always has been. You know, good use of kicks, combinations. It can keep you at a distance. Usually, the more lankier dude, and was able to do that to Jake Ellenberger. Jake Ellenberger really couldn't get rolling in that match, and versus Robbie Lawler, he got knocked the hell out. Robbie Lawler has been an animal as of late, so I'm not surprised at that either. Kelvin Gastelum, as decent as a fighter as he is, isn't an animal. He is improving with every bout. That's great. You know, he looked good against Brian Melanson. Rick Story, I thought Rick Story got shortchanged there. And then versus Nico Musoke, he only decisioned him. These are guys that he should be finishing. He did finish Brian Melanson, but Rick Story, if you're going to make it that close versus Rick Story, you have to go with Jake Ellenberger here if you don't think Kelvin Gastelum hasn't improved as of late. That being said, I think he has. I think he's going to look a little stronger with his wrestling and moving forward. I think he's going to look Diego Sanchez-ish. And I'm not sure if that bodes well for Jake Ellenberger, despite Jake Ellenberger having that win over Diego Sanchez. It's just, it could get really close if Jake Ellenberger is going to try to work some footwork in, strike a little bit from afar, and then find his combinations moving forward. But Kelvin Gastelum is going to be moving forward the whole time, trying to look for, you know, overhands and that sort of thing. His striking is improving. It's just not on the level of Jake's. And Jake's is not that great either. He's a little bit more reliant on his power than most welterweights. But, you know, it's still going to be better than Kelvin's, in my opinion. And I think that Jake's wrestling background is also better than Kelvin's. I think he's also the naturally more explosive dude. It is Kelvin has a lot of heart. He likes to move forward, and he can make it close on the scorecards. Now, this is weird. I'm going to pick Kelvin Gastelum. I think that he will steal one in Mexico. I know he's Mexican, and I'm not implying anything. It's just, I think some fishy things can happen on the scorecards. I'm going to go with 29-28. He's going to have a lot of heart. He's going to move forward, throwing a lot of, you know, straight combinations, looking for takedown attempts by the cage. He's going to overwhelm Jake like that. I think Jake knows this. Jake's going to try to strike with him anyway, as far as, you know, sprawl and brawl, that kind of thing. But I think Jake really should try to out-wrestle Kelvin himself. You know, see what happens. Turn it into a wrestling match. You are the naturally better wrestler, in my opinion. But I just don't think he's going to do that. And because of that, I got Kelvin Gastelum taking control with moving forward himself. So Kelvin Gastelum via unanimous decision, if not split. And that about does it for my video predictions of UFC 180, Werdum versus Hunt. If you guys want the rest of my predictions, they'll be in the description below. Thank you for tuning into this video, guys. Really appreciate the support. And if you want to tell me what you guys think of the card or my picks in the comment section below, I'll really appreciate that. Hopefully I'll see you for after the card for whatever the next card is. And I believe that is, what is it? Oh, wow. Okay. UFC Fight Night, Edgar versus Swanson. That's taking place next week. That's going to be fire. Really can't wait for that. Hell of a main card there. So I'll see you for that then. So thanks again, guys. Take care. Deuces for all my supporters. Bruises for all my haters. Take care. Peace.